Hey guys, I'm Scott Shore, welcome back Attack, and today we're looking at Wakfu. Now Wakfu is a Flash-based MMORPG, and they actually have another game called Dofus, and this is the sequel to that MMO. So this is a strategy game. You're going to be moving on tiles. It is a tile-based MMO, isometric view, and you're going to be moving on these tiles, and that also means for the combat, it's turn-based combat, which is really interesting. You normally don't have turn-based MMORPGs. Normally they're actually very, very low quality, but this one is really, really high quality, and despite its low population, I really do think that this is a AAA game. I really think that this is a great game. Before there's actually subscription, and now it's free to play. So Wakfu, what can we do in Wakfu? Well, one of the really awesome features about this game is that it is turn-based. That makes it unique, right? But what's cool is that whenever you're fighting multiple enemies in the open world, people can actually see you. You know, it is an actual living, breathing world. And on top of that, you know, speaking on that, you can actually kill monsters in an entire area, and they'll take a really long time to respawn. There's actually an ecosystem. Some monsters attack other monsters, and if you kill too many of one monster, then other monsters will become more dominant. Sometimes you can just, like I said, wipe out an entire area of resources, trees, monsters, and you have to actually raise them, stock them back up yourself, plant them, whatever. So players are actually not just in control of the economy, but the ecosystem itself. So, you know, you're not going to have action-based combat, but you are going to get rich, deep features like that here in Wakfu. The gameplay is also very, very strategy-based, very numbers-based. You're going to have to take into account, you know, tiles. Also, there's terrain, too. So sometimes, like if there's a lava floor, you're going to take fire damage every turn. Sometimes it's going to make you slow down, stuff like that. You're going to have to, you know, use your abilities, too, because some abilities can move forward 2 blocks. Sometimes they hit an AoE. You're going to have to just do your normal strategy stuff. If you ever played Final Fantasy Tactics or a similar strategy game like that, or, you know, you understand this game. But if not, it can actually be a pretty big shock, to be honest. Whenever I first played, I only played Final Fantasy Tactics a little bit. So when I got into Wakfu, I had no idea how to play. It actually took me a really long time to get through the tutorial, which I have to say, the way this game does a tutorial, it's kind of like involved with the story, and you get this really unique perspective on the game world, which in itself has a unique perspective on some of the mythologies and stuff that we see in today's world. It just has like this really cool idea of reincarnation. The whole ecosystem thing kind of plays into it. Overall, I just think that the lore, the story, especially because it does have a side anime as well, is just really deep, colorful, and you know, just like the rest of the game, fun. It just seems fun. And yeah, the game does look, I guess, a little bit silly, a little bit comical, and it truly is. I mean, you have characters like Donatello, you know, Donatello, Michelangelo from Ninja Turtles, and his whole quest line basically is the Ninja Turtles quest line. You have to go fight a guy named Shredder, and you know, you get it. It's a little bit comical, but it's not for kids. The game is a little bit sexualized, a little bit mature, and like I said, there's a lot of deep concepts in this game that you might have to wrap your head around. You know, the whole reincarnation thing, it's a little bit strange, because you create a character, but then you have to die and you have to reincarnate. It's a little bit crazy. Anyways, Wakfu, there's a lot of really interesting things that I like about the game. It does make it niche, though. It is a niche game. It does have a low population, and for, you know, being an MMO, a lot of people expect to be playing with a massive amount of people, so there's still people playing, though, of course. I'm sure, though, that it's just a little bit, at least more, there's not going to be as many people in America as there are in other countries where it might be more popular, like in France or something, where the game is probably a little bit bigger, you know, being that it's orange and everything. But guys, Wakfu, what do I think about it? I like it. You know, I have fun with it. It's just, you know, it's a little bit slow paced, to be honest, you know, being a turn based, but the characters are really cool. I do like the characters, and I think it's not really classes that you have. The character customization, not really too deep. What you have are characters, and if you can get into your character and play your character and kind of role play like an RPG, you kind of get into the story. Yeah, quest text, it's not that long. It's really good, actually, but, you know, there is quest text. If you can get into your character, you know, live in this world, just kind of play it out, I think you'll have fun. Now, normally, I wouldn't say that against a lot of MMOs. You know, I really don't like the RPG or the story aspects of MMOs. To be honest, I'm really a gameplay fanatic. But this game, I feel, gets an exception because it's really built around its world. It does have a side anime to go with it. And I just feel like it's just a colorful place to be, and I just kind of want to hang out in it. And, yeah, that's it. I don't feel like being too hardcore about it. Its gameplay mechanics are hardcore enough, to be honest. Like, when you level up, you have to level up each individual stat. Different monsters have elemental weaknesses and strengths. Like, there's a lot of number crunching in this game. So, it's just fun. It's just fun to just live in it, and that's cool, you know? I can't say that if there's any mini games or anything like that. I really feel like this game would be super popular if it had mini games and stuff, but it doesn't. So, a lot of it is combat-based. But overall, I think the game is a nice casual experience, even though it kind of at the same time is pretty hardcore. So it's just this weird gray area, this weird niche. So if you understand what I'm saying, if you guys understand what I'm ranting on about, then go ahead and try it. It's free to play, no harm done in trying it out, and I really do suggest that you do. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Skyline Shore with Attack Gaming, and I have been having fun, and hopefully you do too.